What is up YouTube, it's GGS Biddle and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be just basically giving you guys a little bit about me. Not too much, just maybe 5 minutes, I don't know exactly. But yeah, and possibly a little bit of 2 story times, 1 story time, I don't know yet. But let's start off with a little bit about me. So, first of all, my name is Caleb Biddle. I am from Ohio and I am 20 years old. I've had 3 jobs so far. My goal in life is to really basically just make people laugh, make people's day. Nothing too crazy, but make people's day. And once I get enough money, once I get enough resources and money, I want to be able to help the homeless, rehabilitate them, get them rehab if they need rehab and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'll do two story times if I can think of a second one. So first story time it will be how I lost my first job, which was at Popeyes. My first job was at Popeyes, and honestly, everyone there were amazing co-workers and everything like that. Now, the one person that I didn't really bother to care for was the GM, the general manager. If you do not know what a GM is, it's a general manager. And what had happened was me, my mom, and my stepdad was out of state because my grandma was literally dying in the hospital, and we'd been down there for not even, I don't think it was 24 hours, but it was the next day. I was supposed to come in that next day, and I had called the GM to let him know that I wasn't going to be in, and I didn't know how long it would be until I was back in, and I gave him the reasoning behind on why I wasn't going to be in, and I didn't know how long it would be until I was back in the work. So basically what had happened was I get a text from him the next day saying, hey, where you at? You're supposed to work today. And I texted him back saying basically I can't come in. I'm out of state. I'm 7 to 8 hours away from Ohio. And he had texted me back saying that I didn't tell him, just basically saying I didn't tell him and that I needed to get in the work. Well, I had told him that I couldn't, and I had actually made the decision myself to quit. And on top of that, I was probably going to end up losing the job in the first place anyway, because my grades in school wasn't looking too good, and my mom had told me if I don't get my grades up, I'm going to end up losing the job. And I had told him basically, I took probably 4 hours out of that next day that he had texted me and told me I needed to get into work, and was thinking about quitting, and if I should or shouldn't. I just went ahead and quit, and I told him, I was like, I quit. You over here saying that I didn't tell you when I did because I called you. And that's on how I wouldn't say lost my first job because I quit, but that's the first story time on why and how it all came down to me quitting my first job. The second story time will be about me playing baseball. Ever since I was a very little kid, I had always dreamed of being a catcher, and I ended up starting baseball, I want to say 2013, 2014, maybe 2012, I don't remember exactly. But I remember I was starting to play baseball. I believe I was left field in the outfield. I believe that's what my position was at first. So I'm playing baseball for a couple years, or a year, or half a year, I don't remember exactly. But I remember I was playing baseball, and I didn't know this. I actually got told this either this year or in 2023. But I had always dreamed of being a catcher. It looked so fun. And it always I was like, I want to be that person at home plate, getting people out at second and third. So, from my understanding, one of my teammates' grandpa overheard me talking about me wanting to be catcher really bad to my parent. And he ended up going to the coach and telling him that I wanted to, and basically said, hey, you should give him a shot at catcher. So this one day, I remember I got told that they was gonna teach me how to play catcher. And honestly, as a little kid, getting told what you want to do is what you're going to do on the baseball team made me so happy. It was like when you have a sweet tooth and you get like 5 sugar cookies from the store, you can just go home and eat them just like that. Yeah, I remember getting told that they was gonna let me try out for the position basically. So I tried out for the position and I actually ended up making the position. Now, truthfully, I did not understand how challenging it was. It was a lot more challenging than the outfield position I had originally had, but it was after I was catcher, before I quit playing baseball. It was the best about baseball for me. In my opinion, it was the best because, like I said, I dreamed about playing catcher as a kid. And I really wish I would have went pro or went up above, like played in high school and all that and all the other stuff, go to college, play baseball and go pro. But it was really fun. There was actually, we had a game against this team at a school that is now torn down. We had a game against this one team, and the coaches kept telling the kids to steal second base or third base. It did not matter. I kept throwing them out that whole game. So eventually the coaches stopped telling them to steal second or third base on me because they had a feeling that I would throw the players out. So at the end of that game, I remember as we're going down the line saying good game to each player, one of the coaches said to me, he said, "Young man, you are very great at what you do at your position, and don't ever give up." And honestly, I wish I would have took his word. But what I'm doing now with YouTube, I'm gonna forever remember those words. But after we said good game, coaches talked to us all that, and then the other coach, and I believe it was the same coach that said that to me, one of the other coaches went up to my parents and asked them if I want to join their team because I was such a good catcher. And I believe I was in the car. I'm not 100% sure where I was during that, but I remember my mom and stepdad coming back to the car or wherever I was, coming up to me and telling me that the coach from the other team said he wanted you to be on their team because you're such a great player, you show good sportsmanship, and you're such a great catcher and all that. So the reasoning being behind why I did not join that team was because if they're not anymore, but they were a travel team. They could still be, but I'm not sure. I don't play anymore. But they were a travel team, and travel teams, first of all, you gotta pay lots of money, all this stuff. You gotta pay for a whole bunch. The other thing is about travel teams, when you play for travel teams, you have to go to tournaments out of state. You have to go to games out of state. It's never in the city that you're in if it's a travel team. Mostly not in the city that you're in. If you're on a travel team, you mostly have to go out of state and the city. But yeah, that's why I didn't join the travel team. And those are my 2 story times. So and a little bit about me as well. So if you guys like this video, drop a like on this video, comment down below what kind of other videos you guys would like to see from me, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you know whenever I post, and I'll see you guys in the next one. GGS out.